Up until recently, 7-year-old Missy had a good home where she had lived all her life. But like so many other Americans, Missy has become a casualty of the home foreclosure crisis.
Missy's mom found herself, just like a lot of people across the country are, no longer able to pay her bills, and was forced out of her home. She was forced to move to a new apartment that wouldn't allow dogs, and she contacted PAWS Chicago. She heard about our foreclosure safe haven program, and now Missy is a part of PAWS Chicago, and she is available for adoption. And we are a no-kill, so we've made a commitment to Missy. We will find her a home.
PAWS in Lincoln Park is just one of many Chicago area animal shelters seeing a new category of pets landing on their doorstep, victims of the economy. In some extreme cases, dogs and cats are being left behind in foreclosed homes or left on the street or in parks to fend for themselves. It's led PAWS to create a new program for pets whose owners have hit a rough economic patch.
We've got an amazing foster network, so we will house them. We will provide them with any medical care, food, love, socialization, until their owners can find a new residence that'll allow them to take their pets.
There's my silly girl.
The Animal Welfare League in Chicago Ridge is constantly bustling with dogs and cats, but these days, many of the new arrivals are pets whose owners can no longer afford to keep them.
We're seeing a lot of foreclosures, but a lot of evictions. Evictions are big time right now. I would say we get about 5 or 6 a week where they're getting evicted and they can't, the animals can't go with.
5-year-old Wheaton Terrier Benny had lived on a horse farm until his owners lost it to foreclosure. While Benny's parents brought him to the Animal Welfare League, other dogs, like this one, don't have such caring owners. He was found tied to a dumpster.
We get some realtors that call us and say they just went to show a house that is being examined to be put on the market and animals are left. A lot of times they don't find them until we had a painter that came in to do the painting to fix the house up, and he found animals in the house.
By far, the Chicago area's busiest animal shelter is the Pound operated by the city at 27th and Western. Every year, thousands of dogs and cats end up here. Some are strays, others are lost, and still others are victims of abuse. But in the last couple of months, the number of pets being brought in by owners has skyrocketed.
Weekend before Valentine's, we actually saw from a Friday through a Monday over 200 animals coming into our front door. And in normal circumstances, there would be probably 50, worst case, 100 animals. But we saw what we believe to be really twice the volume just coming in the front door.
The center's director says they don't ask people why they surrender pets, but she believes the recent upswing is due to the downswing in the economy. There's a particular trend that leads her to believe an increasing number of folks can no longer afford their dog or cat.
Our animal care officers are picking up more animals in the streets, and when they come to our building and we wand them to see whether they're microchipped, it's being determined, yes, they are microchipped and they are nice dogs. So we know that they have belonged to somebody who couldn't care for the dog and just cast him out on the street.
This little girl was found as a stray by city animal control workers. She is microchipped and her owner was located and notified, but she remains unclaimed at the city pound.
For a few dogs lately, the past 4 or 5 weeks, we've been calling owners and they've been promising to come back the next day to pick them up, but at the end never come back, and even one of them hang up on me.
For anyone who's considering giving up their pet for whatever reason and is unable or unwilling to take them to a shelter, Chicago Animal Care and Control will come and pick them up for free, no questions asked. This little fella apparently wasn't wanted and was taken in at the city pound, but he's no longer up for adoption because he's my dog, Homer. And while the majority of pets being given up are dogs, cats are also feeling the pinch of the economy.
I would say about 20% of our cats that come in have been abandoned, have been rescued, every size, every color, and they're wonderful, loving cats, and they just need a second chance.
But shelters, of course, can only accept so many animals, and PAWS, for one, is looking for volunteers to be at least temporary pet owners.
Those people that are willing to help and can provide foster homes, and we're able to provide the medical care for them, so that these dogs, like a dog like Missy, could stay with their owner until they can get themselves back on their feet financially.
Or if you can, you may want to adopt from your local shelter, where you might find a great pet like Missy or Benny. Or if you're really lucky, you might run across one like Homer. For Chicago Tonight, I'm Eddie Arruza.